not balance in terms of relationship with friends. No, I don't want to. I don't know. But when they find someone who could merge both ends together, they appreciate. I make sure that if I'm a carpenter or if I'm a printer and he is one of our sets and he wants to produce a jotter, it's compulsory you must patronize me. That is how I try to do it, and it works. Yes, it works. There's a particular friend of a set of ours who is into shoes. He does this. I make sure I patronize him, and I make sure that I spread the news to others, both those in diaspora and those in the country. And to the glory of God, 2 of our sets patronize him to ship over 25 shoes and palms out of the country. We were able to see that this person is printing. How can we help? But the issue we have, or I have, is that the issue of trust. For example, what happened? One of my sets is into photography, and another set is celebrating his mother-in-law's funeral service. And I told him, make sure you contact this. You don't need to go elsewhere. Get across to this person so that we can make the wealth to flow in between us, which he did, even to the extent that the quotation he gave this my friend is a little bit higher than the normal. I said, oh, no choice, we are together, except you are not a BAOSA. And he said he doesn't have to. But unfortunately, this person contacted the job to another person and he didn't even deliver. So those are the issues we have in some of our sets. But I want you to help me in this area of bringing sets together. The idea of what can we do to still erase this idea of, if I'm not rich, if I don't use a car, if I don't have a house, I don't belong to a BAOSA, or I am not supposed to be part of it, because that is the mentality that majority of our sets have. This place would have been filled up, but with the idea that, no, if I come, I will not be able to mingle with friends and co. Thank you very much, please.
So first of all, that is on them. That is on them. I mean, it's on them. It's on them. If at the end of the day, the association makes provisions for places like this, and they decide they don't want to come because they have some kind of complex problem, it's on them. So, and I think one thing we also need to start doing is start accepting responsibilities for certain things and not always try to blame other people for it. Look, the truth of the matter about life is that wherever you are in life, you will find people that are better than you. You find people that are better than. There's nothing anybody can do about it. That is how life is. As rich as Dangote is, there are people that are richer than Dangote, and there are people Dangote is richer than. So that is on them. That's number one. Then number two, you see, you can't also force relationships. You see, like for someone like me, everything I know about real estate, Osho taught me. The last guy that fixed what's it called, inverter in my house is Said Additional. If I need to do any event that involves bouncing, you understand? But did he come to meet me to tell me now that? You see, the thing is this here. You would always find out and know your people, but what you can also do to make it easier for you is this. I think it's just, thankfully, a lot of the platforms are on WhatsApp. Just come up with an Excel sheet. Tell everybody that has anything that they do, they should put it on that Excel sheet. Put it there, put their number, and put the location, and put a caveat clause. A caveat is very important, that whoever you do business with, you do it at your own risk. Is do your proper due diligence. Don't say that because this person is BAOSA, you just go and give him. Do business with him the way you would naturally do business with anybody. That's number one. Number two, like I said, I'm a mediator. What I do apart from being a lawyer and all of this is that I resolve disputes for people amicably. Every association should have what is called an internal dispute resolution. What that essentially means is that if I give a job to real one and when one does not deliver the job, I should be able to tell the president or a board that has been constituted of maybe 3 or 4 people that this person, we gave him the job, or did not do it well. They can then invite both of them together and find out why the person has not done the job, and that is it. And the beauty about it again is that if at any point in time the person does not go ahead to do it, you will blacklist the person on the group. You will remove the person, because you see, one thing a thief does not like is to get caught. One thing a thief does not like is shame, and that is it. But the idea of forcing people to patronize, for me, maybe because I'm stubborn, if everybody is choosing white, me, I'll choose black. So if I really wanted to even patronize that person, for the fact that you're even forcing me to patronize that person is the reason why I will not even patronize that person. So people are different, like I said, people are different. So that's it, sir. First of all, create an Excel sheet, put everybody there, let everybody that has it put it there, put a caveat, and most importantly, there should be a committee should be set up. The committee does not need to have I think the committee that should even be set up should not even comprise of excos, because you see, excos have their job. You understand? We're talking about the only job they do is that when issues arise, why I say they shouldn't be excos is because they need to be independent. Because if at the end of the day I'm reporting and somebody is an exco member, in my mind I'm like, it's part of them now, so can he be the one to solve that problem? And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Last question, please.
Okay, my own is not question, is in contribution to when my brother has a question the other time that why does family don't network. So I just want to add to that. Based on that, please, like our lecturer ended the lecture the other time, that he ended with biblical, which I so much love. Please, let's pray for divine connection, divine link.
Babe.
Honestly speaking,
There is nothing like it.
I'm one of the BAOSA member with my little knowledge. I think my set is the smallest. We are 2004, and with my little time with BAOSA, honestly speaking, my business have many. This is Dr. Lanriwaju here. He knows me from nowhere. He doesn't know my mother. He doesn't know my pay. He doesn't know anything about me. I've been to his hometown as an events planner to do something with him. If I'm to talk about BAOSA today, I've worked for Barrister Dr. Lankpejo. Barrister Dr. Lankpejo picked me from nowhere. He just asked me, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm into events. And ever since then, in fact, I must say my number one clients are from BAOSA. People pick my number from General Group. At least I've worked for people from London, from UK. They will send money, they will send it. They won't come home. All the way from London. And whatever they want me to be done at the event will be done perfectly. Brethren, let us pray for divine connection, divine link. Forget about family. Forget about family. There are some family, they don't know how to connect their siblings. I pray God will help us in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. My name is Benga Jetao. I'm opportune to be the president of 1999 Set. And I'm going to start it this way. The year preceding us getting into SS3, we were cut off to about 25%. And the majority of them, which is where Adeyelu, please, you are 99 Set, so you fall into 2000. So if you are a chairman or president of 2000, you are still part of 99 Sets. There's pretty so much to talk about, and there's so much to do. I have a set that is filled up with inferiority complex. Quite a number of them are shy enough to want to walk up to you and then to tell you what they are going through. And for those that even walk up to you, they want to take advantage of you. It's a major challenge. And I think if we have to move forward, we have to continue to call this kind of meeting persistently We must be consistent with it. The challenge I have in my group is of the fact that people just want to ask for immediate response, immediate help. People are not looking at a long-term solution to whatever they are going to. And so, when you see somebody who comes to you, like somebody who tells you that I want a fish, you only give that person the fish. But when you see somebody who comes to you that tells you, teach me how to fish, it's another way around to go about it. So we have a whole lot of challenge. It cut across all the sets. And what we are talking about here is not a day thing. Like I mentioned earlier, we have to persistently find a way to discuss this and then figure out a solution for all of this. I have a case currently in my hand, and I have someone who has called almost everybody on the group asking for a support. How do you call somebody individually asking for support? I did something. We created a welfare group, and we made mention. We said, on this group, make sure that if there's anything you need, even if it's about your business, call this number. This person, if you call this number, which is a welfare group we have created among ourselves, we'll be able to sit and discuss on way to go about whatever challenge you're going through.
Okay, sorry, sir. So what's the question, sir? Your question.
Okay, my question is, what I'm trying to say is that we have a challenge with our group in the sense that we created a welfare group, and for anyone that is having a challenge in the group, find a way to contact the welfare group. There's a number that was pasted there. So this person went ahead and called almost every other person that he felt that this person is well-to-do. And so he was calling them one by one, creating nuisance. Despite the fact that even if one of them had even given something to him, there's no way we're going to know because he didn't contact the welfare group. So we had to block that person from the group. So my question is, how then do we manage such people? Because if you continually do that, we will block almost every other person.
It's fine. You block everybody. So, you know why I'm smiling? Because, you see, the problem we are having, we also have it in our own group too. And the beauty about, so I think I belong to the BAOSA general platform. And you know one thing I like? They're always fighting, respectfully, sir. I think a rule was said that you should not post or do advertisements on particular days or something. And there's a particular gentleman on that group. Is that particular day that they say you should not do broadcast? That is when he will come and he will do his broadcast. Everybody will fight him. There's always one argument going on. And I find it particularly fascinating because I'm like, these men are old enough to be my father. Because I'm talking about 65, 70. In fact, the last one I read, which was 6 months ago, was one, I think, in the general platform. He was upset that somebody that was 70, I think he's 78. He was upset that he was 76. Someone that was 78 was calling him by his name without putting the word senior in front of it. You see that conversation? Bass boost, and I was just laughing. So for me, I think the problem really, we see, there are 1,001 ways to do certain things. But I like the fact that, you see, those kind of fights, people just read meanings. We are all men, we are boys. So whenever there's an opportunity to just ventilate. But there are times whereby civility does not really pay. So if to handle that kind of thing, I think you should just put a general warning on the group to say that, you know what, anybody that needs a favor should go to the welfare group. If they should reach you personally, tell them you don't have anything to offer and block the number. Simple and short. Or you say that if you keep reaching out to somebody, we are going to call you out publicly on the group. And that is it.
And on a final note, please, thank you very much, but thank you for that response. But on a final note, how do you manage responses on a group? I have about 67 members for my 99 sets. How do you manage responses when you post messages? I was forced to, Agbabi is my secretary. I was forced to resign some few months ago. I said, I'm done. Because you send messages to people, you notice that they read it, 75% of them read the message, but there's no response. It's horrible. It's horrible.
And also,
You're looking for a way to. I don't think I need any help from any one of them. But the fact is that when you send messages just to be able to say you want to socialize, you want to bring people together, we want to help you. Okay, come. Let's see how best we can synergize.
Let me.
And that's when you send messages.
Let me
people
interject.
don't respond.
Let me give a short response.
It's a disaster.
Let me give you a short response to your answer, sir. You see, people will continue to do the best with what they can. If they know better, they will do better. That is number one. And number two, you also need to understand that we are all products of our environment. When you have more than two people in a particular group, there would always be conflict. It's a normal thing. So what I just don't want you to do, sir, is to just blow it out of proportion. When you understand that human beings by default would always be human beings, then you just try and understand them for who it is. You see all these problems you're having, you can ask, what's it called? The current president. I have issues with them on something right now. It's a normal thing. They know. Even in the group self, we have issues on certain things, but we don't make it so pronounced and all. So it's nothing peculiar. I will first of all say the honest truth. There is really nothing peculiar about it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Sir.
Okay. I actually wanted to just give my comments on everything you guys have put together here today. But I think, is he the chairman or? Okay, well, I think the chairman has another responsibility for me, which I have no choice than just to oblige him. But basically, I want to say that you guys are doing very well. And you have spoken very brilliantly. And it gives me the confidence that the future of BAOSA is very, very great and bright. But I don't want us to clap, because it also saddens me that we have this level of capacity within BAOSA, and you guys don't come forward to take positions of responsibilities. I'm not trying to blame anybody. Okay, let me first introduce myself. My name is Olubanji Holmes, and I am the present communication officer of the association. For instance, I know that we have a number of chairmen here, but when they stand up to talk, they say, I am the president of. We have only one president in BAOSA. President BAOSA. Unlike other associations, they have ICOBA this, ICOBA that, Reagan, I don't know what, Reaganite, UK. No, in BAOSA, we have only one BAOSA. And that BAOSA is global. And there is only one president. All the other leaders at set levels and divisions, they are chairmen. Chairman, 98 set. Chairman, 91 set. Chairman, 2002 set. And so on and so forth. Secondly, talking about camaraderie within the association, I personally have gained a lot. And I know that there are so many people seated here that also have a lot to gain by coming to the mainstream BAOSA. Most of the questions that have been asked here, if some of the leaders have been mixing with or interacting with leaders at the national level, they would have been able to know how to handle most of these things. And in BAOSA, there is progression. Because there are so many things I have learned from our seniors. These people I call our seniors, in the real sense of it, they are old enough to be called our fathers. For instance, when we were in school, there was nothing like, what is the matter with the team? There was nothing like that. Even though my mom then will always say, maybe once in a while, she will always say, the team is all right. But I never knew where she got that from. It was much later when I started mixing with our seniors that I got to know that, it is when they go out for their football matches, it is one of the ways they hail the team. What is the matter with it? For instance, if I say, what is the matter with the team? I'm sure not many of us can respond here. What is the matter with the team? Who says so? And who's everybody? 3 shares to the back. You can see not many can respond the way we should do. But do you know that these are some of the things? These are some of the things that make Baptist Academy what it is. And when I say Baptist Academy, it is not limited to our alma mater alone. Even to BAOSA. I have been opportuned to represent BAOSA in what we call Alumni Association of Legacy Schools. These are schools that are the first set of mission schools to be founded in Lagos State and possibly in Nigeria. And the current deputy president and I represented BAOSA, and we stood out. And to the glory of God, even our president is a go-to person, resource person for most of the other presidents of alumni associations that are in our class as well. But do you know that we Baptist Academy boys, we don't really value what we have? For instance, if you look at this all today, with what Fola has delivered, this is what people pay hundreds of thousands for. But look at the hall. I can say, I appreciate what you guys have done. In fact, not many sets have even been able to put this together. But the fact remains that we all need to come together and put, even though BAOSA, so many associations, they see BAOSA at the top, up there. But we know that the capacity that is within BAOSA is far beyond the level of achievement we have. So I just want to encourage everybody. Let me also tell you guys another story. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was somehow emotional about it. 20 years ago, when we celebrated our 150th anniversary, I was in charge of publicity. I was in charge of publicity 20 years ago when we celebrated 150 years anniversary. I'm sure, okay, that's 20, that should be 2005. You guys too have left school. Chief Onakoya was then the general secretary. I was just a member of the committee. But I learned a lot from Chief Onakoya, because one day he couldn't make it to the meetings, to one of our meetings, and I was told to take minutes and still take it to Chief Onakoya to peruse before it will be taken to the meeting. And if you know Chief Onakoya, aside his very beautiful handwriting, he has a good command of the language and has his own writing skill. I learned a lot from him. And when I got a job in one international organization, John Snow's Incorporated, they were to train me how to write reports. But when I wrote the first report, they told me, you don't bother to come to Abuja again. We think you are good enough to write report by our standard. I learned that by being active in BAOSA. Now, 20 years after, we are to celebrate our 170th. To the glory of God. The next neck, I also have a role to play. And Chief Onakoya now is a member of the board of trustees. Where am I going? If BAOSA will continue to sustain its leadership role, not among the legacy schools, but in Nigeria, because one of our slogans for our 170th anniversary is that there is no school in Nigeria that has celebrated 170th. You can claim you are older than us. Maybe 2 or 3 schools are older than Baptist Academy. You can claim, oh, we were founded before Baptist Academy. We existed before Baptist Academy. But there is no school in Nigeria that has celebrated 178. And if the age we claim, not that we claim, if the age of our school is going to have meaning at all to people, it means we must be able to pass the legacy of Baptist Academy from one generation to another generation. From one generation to another generation. It is not as if you guys don't have anything to offer. You have a lot to offer. And I just want to implore and beg every one of you, show interest in BAOSA National. And just like you said, we live not only for ourselves, but for for one another. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. I am taking this time because I have another assignment here in Baptist Academy. The lawn tennis court is in progress. We are not doing it because we, the alumni, will go and play lawn tennis there. Even though we might still go there and play lawn tennis, but we are doing it because of the future of Nigeria, the future of BAOSA, and the future of Baptist Academy. God will help us in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that will be all so we have another thing to do. Okay, you have something. So you have to make it very snappy, sir.
Okay, I think there's something that you didn't touch, and I really like what you talked about, friendship and also networking, and the way you explained both of them. But I think what you did not talk about is consequence management. When you break that friendship, there's a consequence, there's a price for it. What keeps us where we are as a nation and as a people is that he's my friend now, look, you break it, there's a price to pay for it. And that keeps us where we are as a nation, as a community, and as a people. What you see in those advanced countries that works, you break the rule, there's a standard print procedure of the punishment for it. So my brother that was talking earlier on that some people do not like to come, you don't force a man to ride an horse. Let him develop the habit in riding the horse. Don't force it. There must be a consequence for everything. If your friend, you want to do a business with your friend, and you think the next thing you should do is already now, money 50,000 ben. In Yoruba, they say, one jaran carry. Oh, jaran carry. That's the truth, and I agree with you. But if I do a business with you, like that, a chairman of particular said, I was saying, it tells people to trying to ask them to do something. In a short time, I can tell you, it will lose its value. Not the value of the set, its personal value. Because if those people start to mess up, they will refer to him. So there's a consequence for everything. If I decide to do a transaction together, and tomorrow you mess it up, there's a consequence that I will not come again to do the same similar transaction with you. You know, Yoruba sọ pé atẹ́gùn tó fẹ́ tó gbé fèrè èèyàn lọ. Tó bá ṣọ́ra lọ́la èèyàn ló máa gbé lọ. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Fola, thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. Oh,
I have to really thank you. And what I'm getting is beyond what I thought. Yeah, you marketed this. Even if it is a short dress that will make you see enough, short enough for you to see, and long enough to be in dignity. I will have to leave now, but I'm so impressed. I'm also impressed with some of the things I'm hearing. Marvel, I have a challenge. I know there are class sets. Adeyelu, maybe I'm hearing that your class set is 1,000 and all that, but where are they? We are not seeing them. I'd like to ask that you mobilize yourselves on the 29th of this month. We are going to be having our convention. It's going to be a twin affair. Like I said to you, we are going to be changing guards, and at the same time, we are going to be laying the foundation for our 178th. Our plan is that the channels of this world, the media will come. We should not see an empty. Please, class president, class secretaries, tell who and who else I like to see you physically present to register the fact that we are all together. Like Banji said, you only need to see the kind of banters we have on the AALS, Alliance of Legacy Schools. I am not saying they don't spend money. I'm not saying they don't have politicians. But through the grace of God, and honestly, I don't know what your own experience has been. When I step into the hall, even as empty as it is, everybody rises up. Banji, you remember the last one that the 1974 class set did, where we had Babalaki. Babalaki had been hearing about me, but he has not seen me in person, per se. When they now mention my name, oh, is it that man that I've been asking? That is the regard. That is very, very important. So I'd like to see all of you, please. I would have asked you to raise up your hands, but please, I want to see you physically. Don't attend virtual. Come physically on the 29th. Let's shout. Let's make a lot about our brand. God bless you. I'm so impressed. Can I have the opportunity of shaking your hand again?
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we'll thank you very much, sir, for the words. Okay, so we'd like to present to Mr. Fola Alade for the wonderful presentation. Yeah. So we'd like to do the presentation. Where is the stuff?
Thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you for your question. Senior Banji Holmes, you are very welcome. I have a question for you, but not now. For 1999 and 2000, Adiyelu and Jetawo, well, I think we will share our vision document with you. There's nothing we are going through now that is not happening in our class. And actually, we've moved to a phase in our class. So I'll recommend 1 or 2, 3 people to you to guide your class on that. So quickly, want to do a quick presentation to our distinguished speaker. And I want to invite the honor of having the chairman of 96 set, a person of Senior Funsho Ekundayo, to help us to do this. And also I'm inviting members of the executive to join me here, and also past ESCOs that are here. And also I'm inviting Bobo. He's an APC chieftain. Come and join us here. You have to be here. Come and stand here. We are presenting something to follow. You have to be here. Osho is a pioneering secretary of the House. Doesn't have a choice. And also I want the opportunity to welcome our pioneering chairman, the person of Dr. Shola Moyele. You are welcome. Osho, walk fast. Excel Ukwe, you are welcome. Just be coming forward like that. Just come forward, come forward. Come forward, Excel Ukwe. Excel, come forward. Those in the class understand why I'm calling some of these names, but it's important that they are here joining us.
Obsco. It's a singular honor to be here. And I overheard somebody that says Senior Funsho. I'm not senior. I play ball with majority of you here. That's just the joke. So basically, for me, I heard what you said, and I can say it anywhere that the presentation is fantastic. Yes. On Thursday, I equally anchor a webinar for my organization, and I know what it entails for once to put documents together and to be able to facilitate perfectly. I never take it for granted, I tell you. And for your set to have put you forward, I know they are so much happy to do that, and they have confidence in you. So on behalf of the president seated, the NEC representative, and every other set, I want to present this award of honor to you. So this, awesome. This is just 2 in 1, no. Photo. So let's have it as well. So guys, please just come behind so that everybody will partake in it. No, it's okay. It will cover. Let's just put it down a bit so that. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
So, words fill me, and I just want to say a very, very big thank you to Mr. President and everyone present. I also want to say a big thank you to the 98 set, and I for one will also try to make conscious effort to start attending some of the BAOSA sessions. I will try and make it. Thank you so very much. God bless. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much. So let's move forward. We took a long time in that session because it was very, very interesting. So we have to quickly move forward. So we have our second presentation for today by one of our own. I'd like to present the second speaker. Do we have it? Bibi? I'd like to present our second speaker while he's going to join us virtually. Can we try to be seated so that we have the second speaker to join us? Okay, our second speaker is Mr. Idorenyen Enang. He's the CEO at Corporate Shepherds Limited, a certified executive coach, a licensed practitioner at Insights Discovery and Liberating Leadership UK. He's the president and chairman of Council, National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria. Mr. Idorenyen would have joined us today, save for the fact that he just lost his father. So he is out of Lagos. Mr. Idorenyen is, I think, was the former deputy president, if I'm correct, and also 81 sets. So let's give a round of applause to Idorenyen as he joins us virtually. So let's be seated so that we can quickly catch the presentation and we'll move forward. Sorry, there's a message here before we connect. a car with registration number EPE Ekpe 429HD. They said come and repark your car. Ekpe 429HD. If that's your car, please just go out to repark it. They didn't put the brand, the car brand here. Ekpe 429HD. Kindly come and repark your car. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I believe the BAOSA president is present. Oh my, I'm getting some feedback, but can I go ahead, please? Oh my word.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead. If you can hear me, please go ahead. Sir.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. The national president, my president and brother and big brother, Mr. Akifatuke, all members of the National Executive Council present. I think I saw my Oga at the top, Mr. Banji Holmes, giving a very, very enlightening speech a few minutes ago. Distinguished chairman of the 1998 set, other chairman of the sets present, and the respective executive council members, great men of BAOSA. I'm so honored to be here and a privilege to share with you. Like the last speaker had said, I was totally shocked, you know, when it just looked like I was not going to be able to make it. In fact, when my dad passed, and then this day was staring in my face, and we're summoned, we're meant to have a meeting, and with the village council and with the church, they all settled for today, tomorrow. I had to say to Mr. Chairman, this is one meeting I can't miss. So I'm dialing in right from Ikotokwene in Akwa Ibom State, and I hope you will all bear with me. Apologies that I couldn't make it. This was very unforeseen, and I trust God that we'll still be able to catch the electricity of the moment. I'll try to share my slides. It's going to be a short one. I know you've all been saddled with very great presentations, and a lot has gone on. I listened to, for the time I had the privilege of listening, there was one of the chairmen of the class set, I can't remember now, that, you know, was really mirroring a lot of challenges, and I think Banji dealt with it so very well. I'm a proud academy boy, and any day, proud old boy of Baptist Academy. Wherever I find myself, I always start from that premise. I'm a proud old boy of Baptist Academy, and I think that that in itself brings a lot to the table. So permit me, as I just try to share these slides, I just hope that I'm also maybe getting some feel about this going through. Let me try and share my slides and take it from there. Please, can I be given a permission to share?
Yes, sir. Please, can go ahead, sir.
no, this can't be possible. I hope I'm. This is. Someone help me there.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Can you hear me, sir?
Can't seem to.
Hello, sir. If you can hear me,
Okay.
your slides will be displayed, but we'll not be able to
Yes,
see.
I know, but it's not coming through. I'm not able to launch into my slides. That's the problem.
We can see it here. We can see one of the
It's
slides.
not allowing me to. Can you see my slides, please? It's not coming through. Can I get some feedback, please?
Sir, can you see the slides on your screen now?
Wow. We'll go to the chat. Yeah.
Okay, you can see the slides on your own screen. Sir? Sir, can you see the slide? Okay. There's a page, there's one of the slides that is displayed now. Can you see it?
No.
Sorry, while we are waiting to resolve the technical itch, we've already started serving food, so just be at your table. Food will be served to you in the next few minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, can I don't know if I can go ahead while you try to put it up. Okay. Wow. So sorry about this. This is all right. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Thank you. And okay. So now, thank you. So yes. So this is a very, very interesting topic, and I hope that I can go ahead. Thank you for having the patience with me. Sometimes these things happen, and I apologize again for not being able to be present physically. I'm going to swing through this very quickly. The theme or the topic that I've been asked to speak on is sustaining the bonds of friendship. And because we are speaking from a standpoint of a common agenda and the common enabler here being Baptist Academy, I'm of the 81 class set, and it's been the most refreshing space, I must say, because my class set is extremely vibrant, extremely vibrant. But I'm going to premise everything I do within the context of our alma mater and who we are. Next slide, please. I think starting from the standpoint of defining what friendship is, you know, it's a good place to look at this. And so I had to take on Merriam-Webster. I looked at the Merriam-Webster dictionary. If you could please move the slide for me. Thank you. Now that you have control, you just help me move the slides, and I'll then definitely follow you. I'll follow the leader. Next slide, please. Can I be heard? In very simplistic terms, the state of being friends. I can tell you that it's not an easy one, because when the dictionary definition puts it around a state of being friends, it refers to a relationship between two or more people who are friends. I mean, many of you in your class sets will understand this better. There's a macro group, there's a micro group, and then there's the nano group. You will have 4 or 5 guys that are very tight, and then there will be another 12 before you get to the entire set. Maybe some of your sets, you may not even be lucky enough to get 12 people, but somebody has to bail the cat, and it starts from just 2 people. So we can start building this friendship from just 2 people. It also defines it as a quality or state of being friendly. And this particular one speaks to the nature of what friendship can do and who the type of person. I went in to look at the synonyms for friendship, and the 3 that caught my attention was affection. So what it says is that for you to activate this thing called friendship, you must have some degree of affection. There must be harmony Without harmony, there can't be said to be friendship. And the biggest piece of the pie is friendship. It's goodwill. And what does goodwill mean in this regard? The goodwill here is that regardless of what happens, you are going to let the other person, whatever that person does, you will believe that he's doing it in the best interest and not trying to sideline or to pull you out. Next slide, please. I hope this downloaded very well, because I'm seeing some buckets here. Thank you. Given that we have a common heritage coming out of Baptist Academy, and in that school all of ours, 2 Timothy was written there for all to see. He said, "Be thou an example." And that brings me to the place where the only place we can truly get the inspiration to drive good friendship is from the Word of God. And Proverbs 27 and verse 9 became a good anchor scripture for me. And it says, he reads and I quote, it says, "Oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his counsel." So if you do not have somebody who's giving you sweet counsel, then you don't have a friend. The same way we all wear some very powerful perfumes, the same way we are able to use oil. Oil here speaks also to grace, speaks to the anointing. It speaks to the character of the anointing, that what you carry, when you step into a place, people understand that. They tell you it's this guy has charisma, the flair. Oil, and that is exactly what friendship does. It's a gift. But many of us do not understand it. So oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his counsel. So just as oil and perfume enhance our well-being, so too does the sweet counsel and support of a true friend. A true friend is one who will enrich our lives. The context here is that at Baptist Academy, we all shared late night study sessions. We all did, regardless of your class set. We all cheered on our teams together. In the day gone by, in my time, I was in the hockey team, and I know what it took whenever we are having those intercollegiate competitions, and then we have to play against Umratul or CMS, and then you have the team following you, just like we did with the football team. Internally, we used to have our own inter-year set football, and we had inter-class, we had inter-house sports. So we all cheered on our teams together. We debated ideas in the quadrangle. We also played paralo in those days. I don't know if you guys met paralo, but there's that aspect that speaks to the slide is still up there, and there's room, just so I know that I'm communicating and I'm in the right space. Basically, what I'm saying to us here is that we have all faced trials and tribulations at young adulthood, side by side. That is where we baked friendship. And so coming from there, true friendship is more than just shared activities. And again, I'm going back to use the Word of God as my pedestal. And the book of Proverbs, this is one, I'll tell you why I love the book of Proverbs. My late father used to tell me that I should read a chapter of Proverbs every day, and I would have covered the book every month. He would tell me, read one chapter of Proverbs every day growing up, and if you're able to do it cycle over cycle, you will now find wisdom will be the principal guide of your life. So permit me, as you find me always turning down to Proverbs. Proverbs 17:17 says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is done what? Is born for adversity." A true friend and a true brother These are things that you would look at yourself and say, are we practicing or getting into that space? Or we're just asking ourselves because we went to the same school, or because we are men of the same class. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. What is highlighting is the unwavering nature of true friendship, a love that endures even in the face of hardship. You would find that when we had COVID-19, when that crisis came, and we started losing some of our old boys. I remember one of our seniors then, Arije, the way we were able to support him, to move him out of his house, even with COVID and all that, it was so fast and fascinating how the ambulance could move in out. We were all watching it live because an old boy, we could press one button to another button and another old boy could make it happen. And this is because of that friendship. The shared struggle and eventual triumph, has solidified our bond. And what it does, teaching us the importance of collaborative effort. Whether we like it or not, sustaining the true bond of friendship has its challenge. And I've heard some of you talk about it. You've all ironed it today. But please trust me, post-graduation life inevitably pulls us in different dimensions. Post-graduation life puts us in different directions. Many of us have found ourselves in different careers, geographical relocations, families, and we've been able to create, all of this creates significant barriers for us to maintain that close proximity that we once shared. But can we bring it back? The answer is yes. I heard Banji say that we need to be interested, we need to be able to put in individually first before you start talking about the group. I remember how I have been able to benefit, from serving in BAOSA and how it has helped me in the course of my career or even the things that I've done in life. So it is not something that just jumps on you. There has to be an investment from your part. And so every day there's a challenge. There's that challenge of us being able to understand what we need to do. Just to give myself some sense that I'm still communicating, I'll be very grateful if I'm getting some feedback, because from my end, I'm having to see myself and I'm hearing myself. And I just want to be sure that all is well. So if you guys could just help me put in on the chat forum, let me understand that, you're hearing me. And so there is a challenge. The challenge is navigating little room for us to nurture friendships.
We can hear you very well, sir, and we can see you clearly.
So, What can we consider to be the covenant, the practical steps for sustaining friendship? The big one is internal communication. And what I put up there, if you agree with me, is I've just put in 3 buckets in each level. Number 1 is the regular check-in. How do we sustain the bonds of this friendship that we have taken on from when we were in secondary school? Regular check-in. You remember I said we have the nano, micro, and macro. We must check in at nano level. We must check in at micro level. So what is nano? There are 3, 4 of you that are very close buddies, or 2 or 3. You check in. There are 10 of you, and then you have your entire class set. There's also the part around, today technology is helping us a lot. Social media engagement. I mean, WhatsApp has become the most intrusive medium for engagement. So if you are able to kick off with your class set using WhatsApp as a platform, you will then find that it's easier for you all to engage and to stay there. Now, this is one place that can disrupt and it can be a major challenge. Even for us that are the 81 said, we have gone through so many iterations, so many fights, but I tell you that we are still together simply because we have the level of engagement. When the push comes to shove, we are saying this is the place we can afford to be boys again. But it's very funny because whenever we come together, we always see ourselves as teenagers. Unconsciously, we behave like teenagers. But that platform has allowed us to do it. Then there are shared interests. I heard one of the chairmen talk about how there's been an opportunity to get businesses done. For those of you that are into football, that love certain things, you can have, it's a way you can use it to win others in. It is no other way. You know, the shared interest increases the bond, moves it from nano to a micro level, and by the time you're getting to the macro level, which will be national, it will be a piece of cake because your class set has sorted out the micro. Your class set will sit at micro, national is at nano, at macro, but those small bits that you have will be your nano. The second big step is making time for connection. Honestly, guys, if you do not make time for reunion, if everybody is so busy and nobody is busy enough to come together, you can never sustain the bond. It's impossible. So reunions and get together, they are of the 98 set, put this extremely glad. I said, no matter what happens, whatever it takes, I'll make sure I'm there. But even my staying through today is a testament to that because I cannot tell you what I've gone through just to be able to make this broadcast. Friendcation, this is one that I think we need to do a lot more. BAOSA, whether at macro, micro, or nano, we are not doing very well with this. Friendcation, we can start what I call friendcation. Let us start planning trips together that focus solely on us, just spending quality time. I can tell you that we do it. There are a few of my friends at the nano level. There are about 4 or 5 of us, but we've not done it in 2 years or, maybe 3 years. But we are doing that every year. We'll just take off and go to someplace. I mean, maybe 2 years, yes. This set of guys, when we found one of us lost the father, and we came to Akwa Ibom, there are about 5 of us. It was the time they all came to see my dad or my parents. They came all the way to Ikotekpene, all these guys. And it was a different feeling, spending quality time with each other, just staying in a place like Uyo and coming to Ikotekpene. Many of them have not been to Ikotekpene or Uyo, and they were very shocked at the sheer, when I say I'm in my village, they say this is not a village, this is not a town. But we have made time to connect. The third part is offering support and encouragement. We must actively listen to each other. Listen, when your friend is going through difficult times, you are the best person to sort it out. Baptist Academy put us at the time when we were teenagers. Your best guys are the ones that will know you when you were nothing. You can be head of state, you can be chief of state, you can be chief of staff. Before those boys, you are nobody because we were, you become a somebody, but you were nobody. And we need to offer practical assistance to ourselves and let us celebrate successes. Friends, to sustain this friendship, there must be celebrations. When I hear that some people are having complexes, it's natural. Who doesn't like? I mean, there are members of my class set that we have to pay their dues for them. Some have to be supported. That's part of it. Ika Odogba, that's what Yoruba language says. I hope my Yoruba is okay. Ika Odogba. But when people are, celebrating something, make it a point of duty to celebrate with them. Now, the fourth one is practicing forgiveness and understanding. The reason why friendships and the bonds of friendship get destroyed because people do not get forgiving hearts. I don't know how some people can stay and say, I will never forgive you, but you know you are not God. You must practice forgiveness. It's a daily thing. You know, Apostle Paul said, I die daily. You must forgive daily, and you must understand daily. And how do we get this done? We must be able to address conflicts. We must be able to know how to extend those conflicts into positive dimensions, and then there must be empathy and compassion. Now, I have this slide. I don't know if you guys can still hear me or it's been put up, which I call the busy side of friendship. I call it the busy side of friendship. There are 3 things I'm putting there. Business opportunities. This bond of friendship can be, the busy side of that friendship is that we can do a lot of work together. Look at the likes of El Rufai. I sat with Emir Sanusi many years ago, when I was at Coca-Cola. No, at Left Coke. I was at probably Samsung. And we were watching one of those Super Eagles matches from Abuja. On my left was Sanusi. On my right was El Rufai and Aruma Ote. We're sitting in the state box. And then it was interesting between these 2 guys, the kind of conversations they had. There was another old boy, a King's College old boy there, and Sanusi was all the while speaking to this guy about how he could leverage some opportunity to do some things. The same thing with El Rufai. And I'm talking about the center stage there was they came to watch a football match. They came to watch Super Eagles, but people were leveraging business opportunities. And most of these businesses are done with proxies. Every one of us can stand in for the other person. Guys, this is how we are going to sustain this friendship. But I must be able to trust you. I must be able to say that I can give this thing to you and you will deliver it. If you are not a trustee, you can never be a steward. A steward is a trustee. You can never be a proxy. And so I brought out 3, the reward. The reward for enduring friendship is a blessing. Blessings do not come, they don't jump from the tree. They come in 3 dimensions. It requires effort and intentionality, guys. You have started that journey. And the Word of God says it very well, that 2 are better than 1. If you check Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 to 12, you will have a good understanding of what I'm saying. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 to 12. He reads and I quote, it says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, 2 can themselves build what they call a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. My dear brothers, the reward for enduring friendship is the fact that we can always form that cord that can never be broken. The last one is the generational scope. I belong to a separate generation. You guys listening to me belong to a separate generation. But tomorrow, if I'm up on radio or somewhere and you hear that I'm from Baptist Academy, the door will open. Instantly, there's an access door. So what are we doing to enhance the next generation? I want to close this short, but I hope, this has gone through with a call to action. Please, I beg you all by the mercies of God, as you are leaving this place today, the first call to action is contact at least 1 old boy this week, and make it a habit. Contact one person, just one, the power of 1, just 1 person today. You can do it as you're there now. Then the second one that I'll ask you as a call to action, please participate in the next alumni gathering. We are having elections. I know it's all, they are coming on unopposed, but the Congress, the next alumni gathering that we are having at the end of this month, these classes 98 all the way to 2004, each of you, as years noted, Please make out time to attend alumni meetings. And finally, please offer support and encouragement to a friend. That friend could just, that old boy, offer that and please extend it to the alumni. Remember, the nano at the small level, at the micro, your class set, and then the macro at the national level. May God bless our friendships and guide us in strengthening this precious bond. Amen. Thank you very much for having me. I'm so very grateful. Apologies for the seeming challenge we've had, transmitting and all that. Mr. Chairman Bamidele at Olanitori, the chairman of the 98, said,
Hello.
Thank you so much, Bamidele. I can't thank you enough. And to other chairmen present, to my very distinguished president, national president, Akin Fatumke, thank you for the privilege and opportunity. Goodbye, and do have a very restful evening.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. That was a wonderful presentation. Please, let's clap for him again. Thank you very much. Sometimes I feel jealous when I hear people from the other part of the country speak Yoruba fluently. That's one of the benefits you get when you are a student from Baptist Academy, when you mix with people from different cultures and the like. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate. Q&A. Has it gone? Has it gone? Is it still online? The speaker, is it still online? This. Okay. Unfortunately, he has just left. We wanted to have our Q&A session where we'd like to ask him one or two questions. But we'll move forward. One house, please. One house, please. We are almost done. Mr. ID just left. We'll not be able to have Q&A session. Okay, so we'd like to present his plaque. Chairman, sir. We'd like to present his plaque. Listen. He has already left.
Oh, okay, you need to come forward. Okay, wait, now. Good afternoon. Hope we're enjoying ourselves. Our seniors on 96 set table. Please, it's our event, you. You are creating another community within community. Please. You are the most senior people. Okay, I have Senior Banji Holmes is here. So I want to quickly do a presentation. I've spoken to the speaker. So I want to quickly do a presentation to him in his absence. So Senior Banji Holmes will receive for him in absentia. I'm struggling I'm struggling with the presentation. Will I be the one to present though? Senior Banji Holmes, sir, you come and receive on behalf of Mr. I.D. Enang. Mr. I.D. Enang is the former Deputy President of BAOSA National. Immediate past Deputy President. And okay, on behalf of my class set, on behalf of the National BAOSA, on behalf of everybody present, I want to present this award of honor to Mr. Indoroyen I.D. Enang for your mentorship, impactful and inspirational contribution during our master class 2005 on sustaining the bonds of friendship today. Congratulations, sir. Thank you, sir. So we are approaching the end of today's event, and okay, so approaching the end of today's event, and we have a session for goodwill messages and words of encouragement. 3 persons in particular will be speaking to us. And we're going to be starting with our very senior in the house. Hey, I said I have a question for you, sir. So, Senior Banji Holmes is the current communication officer for National BAOSA. He's a member of 91 set and is the incoming National Secretary. We had a conversation some 2 weeks ago, and he said, people like you should be in committee in the National BAOSA. I said, sir, me, I'm a spirit too. God will help you. When I say I'm a spirit, I can tell you I'm a spirit. I don't want to say anything. But my question is, you are coming up to speak to us, to give us a good message, encourage us. And my question is, what plans do you really have for our generation? Because looking at the history of the executive, it's interesting that we have our professor on the national executive, and also yourself and Mr. Kenny Sohalu of 2002 working with you. That's good, but I think we need more energy. Like I said over the phone some couple of weeks ago, that I still feel that for my class, for instance, my class is very blessed. My class has everything. There's no strata you are looking for is in my class. My class is blessed. So I can tell you 20, 30, 40 core professional, competent guys doing very well, diaspora, locally. I can tell you all manner of human beings are in my class. So when the 99 and the 2000 chairman were talking, I was just laughing. It's the same thing. But the truth is, we want to hear from you, because it's glaring to us that you are, whether we like it or not, you are the future of BAOSA. And like my prof here, thank God is coming in again as the national treasurer. We are not going to pull him out of the national executive. to get ready for us. And are you sure you are ready for us? So 2 questions. What is your plan for us? And are you sure you are ready for us? Sir, you have the floor, sir. Let's put our hands together for him, sir. Let's put our hands together. I know you are eating amala, you are eating rice. For those of us who are fasting, we have arrangement for takeaway for us. And some of us too, while you are going home, there is provision for takeaway too. I wish Mr. Bishuga is here. He called us notorious sets. And he's the real notorious lawyer. And he's not here. Okay. We'll see him some other time. You're welcome. So after now, the National Treasurer, Professor Shiyola Riwaju, will speak to us. Then, on the closing, I call it senior official. He said he's not a senior. He's a big man, no. 2 years my senior. It's not easy. So he will be coming up to on the final note. Sir, what plans do you have for us? This is about 6, 7, 8 classes. And this is our seniors, they are the one leading us. Yes, they are leading us. We are not cutting out of BAOSA. Don't be threatened, sir. We are part of BAOSA. But the truth matter is, like the president said, the potential, the talent, the thing is there, but it's lying dormant. The energy level is very low. I don't know the incoming president that is coming. I'll try to look him up. I don't have any connection with him. But I will still say the energy level is, we need more. Thank God he's there, you are there, he's there. I think we need more people. And we need good energy.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And before I address the main issues, I will first want to thank the entire class set, or the leadership of the class set, and the entire class set for the presentation made to Mr. I.D. Enang. I think he has been a very wonderful, he has been a blessing to the association, and he deserves all the honor and recognition given to him. Before I continue as well, I would like to say that these 96 sets, I'm a little bit surprised that they said another set is the most troublesome set. I've never seen a set as troublesome, as ogogorocious, and wahalicious as the 1996 set. But the beautiful thing is that whenever they are in any place, there is never a dull moment. They are interesting set of human beings to be with. And they've also been a blessing to BAOSA as well. Let me also thank and recognize, okay, his class set is not the most junior here. Kenny Sanwo-Olu is a member of the National Executive Council. I can say that of all the people seated here, Kenny is the most courageous. And why did I say so? If those he did not meet in Baptist Academy are afraid of taking positions in the National Executive Council, and Kehinde Sanwo-Olu decided to put himself forward to serve the association, note my word, serve the association. And not only has he put himself forward to serve the association, but he is doing so wonderfully well. I think he deserves a round of an applause. And I will address the issues raised by my chairman, that is the chairman of the 98 set, from what I said about Kenny. The chairman said, what is it that the National Executive there is actually nothing like BAOSA National. Nothing like BAOSA National. BAOSA is just BAOSA. Fine, we have class sets and the rest, but when you say BAOSA, there is only one BAOSA, and it is a global body. So, what is it that BAOSA has for the upcoming class sets? I would rather say that, why don't we think from the angle of what is it that you have for BAOSA? There is a lot of potential in BAOSA, just like we have identified. But the fact remains that these potentials will only excel in isolation if all of us do not come together to build a formidable association that it does not matter the challenge you bring into that association. Just with a phone call, it will be resolved. I've found myself in a situation where a class set of mine called me. It was a distress call along this Bagada Express or Bagada Express way. And I had to pull over to receive that call. But before I knew what was happening, these tow vehicles came and I was taken to LASMA office in Oshodi. And you know that is the headquarters of wherever they want. LASMA wants to take you to in this Lagos state. It is that their Oshodi garage. They took me to Oshodi garage. And it was a Friday. Meaning that if I did not settle there and then, my vehicle will have to sleep in that their garage till Monday. I was a little bit confused. And immediately it struck my mind that I can call somebody on that general platform. Immediately I called that person. Sir, he said, Banji, where are you? I said, I am in LASMA garage. He said, did you pass one way? I said, no, sir. He said, if you did not drive through one way, then the problem is solved. He said, give them the phone. I went to their head and said, somebody wants to speak with you. He said, no, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not ready to take the phone. I'm not ready to do this. The man was raking. Eventually, he took the phone from me, and immediately he asked the person on the other side. The tone changed. Okay, sir. Don't worry, sir. We are going to deal with the situation, sir. No problem at all, sir. You don't need to check again, sir. In a minute, you will be out of this place. Everything changed within a minute. That is part of, it's just one of the many things you stand to gain in national BAOSA. But the fact remains that if you do not build that BAOSA by bringing in your own, if you do not build that BAOSA in such a way that it will attract people of value, let me put it that way, definitely this question will never cease in our midst. And what am I saying in essence? One of the alumni associations that is well respected in this Nigeria is ICOBA. ICOBA is very well respected. But do you know that that very ICOBA has a program, something like an economic summit, and one of the resource persons they are going to use is our own Seyi Olanrewaju. Is our own Seyi Olanrewaju, our own treasurer, BAOSA treasurer. That is to tell you the kind of thing we are made of. And in this place today, I have seen, I heard somebody said, I am a civil structural engineer. But I am also a civil structural engineer. But there was a time we wanted to do our lawn tennis court and our sports field. We gave the contract to professionals outside BAOSA, maybe some of them within BAOSA. And the amount we were charged, it was like, if we have this amount of money, we will just go and start our construction straight away. At that point, I decided that I am going to do the structural design myself, and called a friend who is an architect, a registered architect, that come and do the architectural design for us. We are going to pay you, but we are not going to pay you the professional charge or the professional fee. He agreed, and he did the architectural design for us. I did the structural design, and everything was packaged, and presently we are working on raising funds for the project. This 1974 set has taken the 1974 set has taken the two courts, and they have already completed one of the courts, and work has also started on the second court. What am I saying in essence? Let us first look at things from the lens of what value can I add to BAOSA, and not let us not look at it from the angle of what am I going to gain from BAOSA, but what am I going to add as a value to BAOSA that will make people with value to want to be part of the association. And at the end of the day, we now have a chain of people that we can also leverage for whatever it is we want to gain. There is also another incident. Well, let me not mention private issues. But talking about what BAOSA also has in plan, one thing is certain: when it comes to welfare issues, we cannot deal with the volume of welfare issues of BAOSA members. That is the central body. Why? Once you step your feet into Baptist Academy, 1, 2, you are inside Baptist Academy, and the next minute you are out of Baptist Academy, it means you are already a BAOSA member. Now you can look at the number of members we have globally. It is just like saying Nigeria should deal with the welfare issues of all Nigerians. It is not possible. But in the light of that, we are also coming up, even though it is being put together under this present administration, but most likely it is the next administration that will implement the plan. And what is the plan? It is to have a cooperative society. We want to come up with a cooperative society where people can contribute we have members, our cooperative, we have the capacity to scale our cooperative society into a microfinance bank if it is well managed. We have members that can fund it at that level. But first, let us start with a cooperative society such that everybody, you can contribute your token into this cooperative society. We have people who can come with their, is it angel investors? I don't know anything about finance. Do we call them angel investors or whatever? We have people in our midst that can come with their funds to support this cooperative society financially, such that, and you don't need to be a financial member to be a member of that cooperative society. All we need is somebody to confirm that your name was at one time or the other inside the school register. Hello? Okay. So once we have that, it will be a way for all members of BAOSA to have a fallback financial territory that they can go into and maybe scale their business or get out of any financial burden that they have. Secondly, another one is, I'm not sure if the 98 set was there during the football match, Founders Day football match. I think, okay, they were not there. The 97 set was there. Okay. Another thing is, we have also discovered that BAOSA is more or less like The younger set are always very skeptical about coming into mainstream BAOSA. Meanwhile, the mainstream BAOSA itself is very receptive. But if you are not part of a system, you will not know how it runs. So the last Founders Day was arranged in such a way that irrespective of your generation, let me put it that way, we add something that will be of interest to you. For instance, most of the younger generations were very excited about the fact that they were able to play novelty football matches with some of the older generations. Unfortunately, one of the older generations had his leg broken. Very, very unfortunate. But everybody that came for that very event would attest to the fact that it was a wonderful program that brought all of us together. That is another one. We are looking at ways to create more of such events that will bring BAOSA members together such that we can network. Just like Fola said, networking is very... He mentioned something that after what you know, the next person that can take you to the peak is who you know. I would say something along that line. In 2005, when we celebrated our 150th anniversary, as at that time, I was still very active in the IT sector, and I was much into website design. I met Otumba Dipo Dina, DD Direct of blessed memory at that event. It was Mr. One of our seniors that introduced me to him. And immediately, Otumba Dipo Dina asked me, Banji, what do you do for a living? I said, I do website design. He said, I will need you because I will be contesting for the position of the governor in Ogun State, so time. And I would need my website as soon as possible to be up and running. I said, no problem, sir. He said I should come to his office in Osborne the next day. Or maybe like 2 or 3 days after. I went to his office. We agreed on everything that we needed to do. And he called his accountant and said, Banji is going to do the website for my governorship campaign. And he's charging me so amount. I am not going to beat that amount down. So go and issue so amount for him. He said they should give me everything 100%. He has never seen any of my works before. Otumba Dipo Dina said, give him everything. I went to the accountant's office. I filled all the necessary papers, and he said, can I have your means of identification? I had no means of identification then. I said, I don't have any means of identification. He said, but it is our policy here that if we are giving you check, we must have a means of identification. I said, I don't have any means of identification. He said, how did you come into this company? I said, Otumba brought me. He said, okay, let's go to Otumba's office. We went to Otumba Dipo Dina's office then, and he said, this man that you said I should give so amount worth of check, the man does not have any means of identification. And you know, it is our company policy that if we are giving that amount out, the person must present a means of identification. Otumba paused for like a minute or two and said, Banji, you attended Baptist Academy? I said, yes, sir. By virtue of that fact, nothing matters again. Go and give him his check. And that was how the check was given to me. All the other members of staff in attendance then, they were frozen. What am I saying in essence? If I did not attend that event, I wouldn't have met Otumba Dipo Dina. Probably I wouldn't have met him at any other level again. And do you know what? One thing is certain. If Otumba had become the governor of Ogun State then, because the way I even go to his office then when he was alive, So many people, you will see people seated in his office, wanting to see him. Yes, but they would not. There was a day he was going for one of his campaigns. Sorry to bring all this in. One day he was going for one of his campaigns and he invited me to his office. When he came, you know the way politicians, I think there is one APC man here. You know the way politicians move. There are plenty here. You know the way politicians move. I was there in his office for long. Immediately he came back from that campaign, whatever. He came straight to his office and said, Banji, I am very sorry for keeping you here. That is the way we politicians roll. Please don't be annoyed. I will soon come and see you. I said, no problem, sir. Almost immediately, another set of people, they came to his office and said, Otuba, the band, they are outside. We need to go on this rally. And said, Banji, you see what I just said now. Do you know what happened? He said, Banji, I will first get to my house before going for this campaign rally. I want you to follow me to my house so that we can discuss we can have our conversation before you leave. I said, no problem, sir. When it was time to go, I went downstairs and I was waiting for him, his bodyguards and the rest. When Otumba wanted to enter his vehicle, I folded my arms. I was just looking. He said, what are you still waiting for? Come inside now. And his bodyguards were like, we should come in. And majestically, I just went in and sat beside him. And we had our conversation in his vehicle. He said, Banji, because I know I will not have the time to talk to you. That is why I said you should come in. Let us have our talk in this vehicle so that immediately we get to my house, you can just take your leave. What am I saying in essence? If we continue with the mindset of what is BAOSA going to do for me, we will continue to keep ourselves outside the loop of what BAOSA has to offer. And another thing is that I'm not saying, and another thing is that I'm not saying BAOSA is what it is supposed to be right now. But what it is, the potential is as BAOSA as an association has zero potential. If all of us put BAOSA down now, that we are not doing again, it does not exist. Whatever people say about BAOSA today, it's because of you and I. We have a brand that we have to protect. Just like I said sometime earlier, there is no school in this Nigeria today that has celebrated 175 years of existence. There is no school. Which means we have a brand to protect. There are places you will go to when you say, I finished from Baptist Academy. Okay, I saw something on this man's chest. Lagos Baptist Academy. That is not our school. Our school is Baptist Academy, Lagos. And that is what, these are some of the things we need to know. Our school is Baptist Academy, Lagos. There are so many other, this Baptist Academy, that Baptist Academy. We are the very first Baptist Academy. And we are located in Lagos. That is just a digression. We are the very first school. We are the very first school that can claim 175 years of unbroken records of existence, which means we have something to be proud of. And why do we need to be proud of this? Reverend Joseph Adin was not the only one that founded Baptist Academy. You know Adin House. Reverend Joseph Adin was one of the founders of Baptist Academy. But when there was civil war in the US, almost all of them, they went back to the US to fight in that civil war. And before the civil war ended, Even Reverend Joseph Adin himself died. His wife, Sarah Adin, had to continue with that vision. And I think Reverend Lade just told, when he saw the burden on that lady, that is, this burden is too heavy for just one person to carry. And a woman for that matter, Reverend Lade just told, Stonehouse, decided to join her so that that vision will not die. So that that vision will not die. What am I saying in essence? That vision that Sarah Adin did not allow to die is what we are celebrating today. For that vision to continue, you and I will also have our own parts as well to play. And that part we have to play is what I am doing today. Is what Sheyola Reyoju is doing today. Is what the class set chairmen, what they are also doing to make sure that we grow from the class sets. So, in the light of that, I think, Chairman, 2 questions. What? No. I just want to be sure that I've answered the 2 questions. I've answered. Okay. So I just want to implore each and every one of us. I just want to implore each and every one of us. Let us not look at BAOSA from the lens of what can I gain from BAOSA, but what can I bring into BAOSA to make it a better association. And God will help each and every one of us.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. It's great having you around. So without wasting any time, I want to call on our gentleman, Professor Mass Attack. Professor Sheyola Reyoju, sir. Put your hands together for him. Oh. It's a great privilege having him here because we are BAOSA members. He's an inner caucus member of the ICANN. He's our national treasurer, the professor of finance and investment for that matter. So please, let's put our hands together for him. And he's our very strong eye on that national BAOSA.
Up school. Thank you very much. It's my singular honor, to be here this afternoon to celebrate with the 98 sets and set before and set after. It's really nice meeting old faces, even though I'm not going to lie, there are some faces I can't even remember, and I'm sure we were in school together at that time because we have really transformed and all that. Anyway, just few words, I would like to start by saying I must salute the efforts of the 98 set to put up a program like this. I mean, when I got the flyer, I quickly marked my diary that I would like to be there, And I must say, I've not been disappointed, especially with the presentations that have been made today. So thank you very much for enriching us, and it is my prayer that all of us, we are going to make use of some of the points that have been delivered today. Other things, I want to encourage the 98 set and every other set that is here, that the only way to move this association forward, be it national and the class sets, is if we continue to work together in unison, is if we continue to work together as a team. That's not to say that we will not see conflicts or there won't be misunderstanding. I would just say that when you encounter this, discuss it, resolve it, and move on. Because, anywhere you see 2 or 3 persons, there is bound to be conflict. So when it arises, I'm enjoining you to discuss the matter and nip it in the bud immediately. That is the only way we can soar high as BAOSA and all the set and the national. My own set, 96 set, we fight a lot. If you see our forum, at times I get bored. What is all this problem? You see people abusing themselves as if we're still in Baptist Academy. And you'll be wondering, professor, fathers, and all that. But the joy of it is that we don't allow it get out of hand. If we see any major issue, we call ourselves to order and we relate normally almost immediately. So in closing, I want to thank the sets for this gathering. Thank you for the food. I think in a long time, the Amala I took, I really enjoyed it with the Begiri. So thank you for feeding us. I pray that the pockets where this fund came out from, God will replenish in thousands fold. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So, on a final note, I want to invite the powerful chair, 96 sets in person of Mr. Senior Funsho Ekunda for his good message. Let's put our hands together for him.
Yeah. Well, it's always like that. It's always like that, but just please pardon this small boy. At times, in office on Friday, one of my colleagues said something, I was the speaker of our webinar program, and the guy said he shared the flyer, and somebody had to call him and say, "Is that not that stubborn boy?" And he said, "That guy is not a stubborn boy. He's a gentle and calm guy." He said, "No, this guy, I knew him back 20 years ago, and that is just life. For as many of you that got to know much about me then, you will still be thinking that, is that old self? All things has passed away, please. Please, all things have passed away. Don't you see the small body, please." So without taking much of your time, there's something I would love to emphasize on, which I sincerely believe that is very key for us to drive together. I won't say the national level, but the BAOSA body as a whole. And that's the fact that as at the time I joined BAOSA, I saw the way things is being run. An effort has been put in place to ensure that the body is somehow being modified in order to entertain our set and set behind us. And today, my talks will be directed to 98 set indeed. When I entered, I saw your number and I was like, wow, you guys are many. You have it. I've engaged your chairman series of times. And the point is that I will continue to encourage you people to come more on board. Do you know why we need to come on board? The last time when I saw the NSAS, and I think some people were like, we want the younger generation to come and take possession of power. But how can we be in position of authority if you and I are still far behind? We need to start considering that. If you look at the president of BAOSA, in person of Senior Ayo Fatuke, you will discover that it's more or less like 1976 set. If 76 set is still our president, where will your turn come? And if care is not taken, you will discover that 2015 set will just come. In the next 5 to 10 years, they will tell you they want to become president. And they will rule. And you will be rude. Yes. So, and for me, it has always been my drive. I keep encouraging sets after us that please, let's come together. Let's consolidate the body. And let's take the necessary step in order for us to be the next ruler as soon as possible. Let me bust your mind. The president coming, can you take a guess? It's 1974 set. Am I right? Is it 74 or 76? 74 set. Can you see? 76 set is going. 74 set is coming. And you keep shouting, we are the leaders of tomorrow. Please, we don't need to delay that tomorrow. Which is why I'm here to charge us. I want to beg your set. Regardless of your financial capacity, I want you all to please subscribe. I actually did I did a survey on what was posted by the financial officer. And I discovered that from 1974 set to 1997 set, they actually paid their dues. They pay more. And I got to 96 set to like 2006 sets. I discovered that we are less than 30 that pay up our dues. It's not encouraging. With that, we can't get to that position of power. So, in order for us to attain this, I'm begging you, please. We need every set, not only 96 sets. We have the potential. Let's come on board and showcase that potential. And finally, the password for you to become recognized and in order for you to rule in BAOSA is by paying your dues. Please pay your dues, 20,000 naira annually. In as much as you are able to do that, you have the financial capacity to challenge for any position. And I believe, I've seen it here in your set and every other set. We all have the ability to dominate and conquer. Please, once again, I want to see more of your set, not one or two persons, not your chairman alone. Let everybody partake in it. BAOSA is for you and I. Up school. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Where's our MCO? We have an announcement to make. After we have had previously, the National Convention is coming up on the 29th of March. I'm sure that everybody here has that information. And also there will be a novelty match between 96 set and 1998 set. A novelty match on the 1st of May. Sir, have you cancelled the match? Okay. May 1st. We have received the invitations. It's too late to cancel. Sir, it is too late to cancel, sir. As of 2 years ago, 1997 set, when we were doing our 25 years anniversary, my class was able to do some trainings for them on the football pitch. Sir? One by you. So the match is coming up by God's grace. And also I want to use the opportunity to say thank you to everybody that made it to this event. Thank you very much for coming. I want to ask, anybody here in 97 sets? Anybody in 97 sets? Okay, we want to have good photographs, so let's get set. Nobody else from 97. Anybody from 2001 sets? Nobody from 2001 set, okay. So I want to thank everybody specially for coming. Okay, I want to thank you specially. Sorry, I need to consult with my vice chairman. We were supposed to take the vote of thanks, so, and I think we have limited time to spend in this hall. We actually booked for 4 hours, and we started at 1:30. So I want this opportunity to invite my classmates for us to take a group photograph, then I'll invite other sets too. So 98 set, please come forward for your group photograph, please. Where are the escorts? So call those who are outside, please. Let me to call them. 98 class, please. You have eaten amala, you have eaten rice. Yeah, come. Let's do sharp. Don't pretend for these seniors as if I mean people are this gentle and quiet too. And I think okay. So where are the executive? Please, I want my executive here. You can, okay? Step aside. They must be available. I cannot answer query. Let my welfare director stand there. Edwin, 98 said to Edwin, call those who are outside, please. Help us to call them. Be fast, please. Group photograph, 98 set. Kúnlé ìjọba àpò wọn níta o. Dewale will have a football match on the 1st of May. 98 versus 96. Shodipo, we have a football match on the 1st of May. For every goal score, there's a prize to it. 96 said, are you hearing? For every goal score, there's a prize already. Oh.
Excel. Wájú síwájú. Tí àkọ́ṣì lè wà ní sáìtì báyìí.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think I will retain the executive of 98 class. So I want to invite 97, 96, 99 sets. So please quickly join us for the group photograph, please. 96 to 1999. Ninety 98 escorts with 96, 97, 99 sets. You can sit downstairs. Thank you very much. Also, I want to invite 2000 to 2004 set present. 2000, no, let's go. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. Sit down, no worry.
Sit down.
can sit down. Sunday, thanks for coming. There's only one from your class. So I couldn't get any contact from your class. Sit down, Jerry. Sit down, Oga. Yeah, two people can sit down.
Chairman.
Thank you very much. Our next item is supposed to be menu, but I guess the menu. Okay, yes. Okay. Esco, Zoya, come and snap. Where are my executives, oh? Come and snap, oh. If you are not here, you pay fine, oh. Thank you very much. So, for the remaining time we have, just time for us to network, meet faces you don't know. Talk to your seniors now. You are seeing them now. When you see them outside, you might not have the opportunity to talk to them. We are going to collect our data and share with the various classes. After part two, eh? After part two, my leader is after part two.
Yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Love you, worship, in you. Wake up. Love you, worship, in you. Wake up. This is my story. You are my song. All day, all night, I will sing of your face.